Welcome back to the Against the Cage podcast. My name is Eric Richter. I am here with UFC flyweight champion Alexandre Pantoja, head of his title defense against Joshua Van, December 6th at UFC 323. Alexandre, how we doing? Ahead of this big fight for you here in the co-main event to end out the year.
Yeah, thank you. I feel very well, very excited to go to the fight, last pay-per-view of the year, last pay-per-view of the whole UFC, we finish that chapter, I think very well, one of the more, you have two very, the best champions in UFC, Berab and Pantoja for the last pay-per-view. I have a very tough challenge with Joshua, excited fighter. One of the guys make me train a lot. I'm training. Locking in my gym for 3 months, and I have involved a lot. And I want to give to everybody a very good show December 6th.
Yeah, you're saying you're training a lot. Like, would you say that you're training more than usual because you believe that Joshua Van's a really tough opponent for you?
Mhm. I think after you get the belt get the belt to Moreno, I can invest more in myself, in more time in the gym. I can make I think invest more in myself, about my therapy, about my diet, about everything else. I can focus 100% in my next goal, in my next fight, I haven't been training a lot for that 2 years in the last 2 years, uh and yeah, I think maybe a little bit more, because I have a very hungry and motivation kid with 24 years, very young in motivation, and I think he's one of my tough challenges in that time. He have this youngness, fire, and just that, just because he young, but he come from another country to America, with his family, and he's the guy, he's the man of the family, and I think it all matter when you go to the octagon, and it's gonna be a present for me, fight someone like him, that skills he have, he's showing a very good boxing, very clean box, and a very good takedown defense, and looking unstoppable, and I really want that fight.
Yeah, totally. So, I don't know how much you watch film, but I gotta ask, like, what you thought about the Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval fight. That was like everyone's like
Mm.
that's like fight of the year and all that. Like, did you watch that fight? Is there anything specifically that you took away from just that chaotic and very aesthetically pleasing fight?
I what I take for me is Joshua have just 2 weeks to train for that fight, and he have his full camp to fight with me, and that's why I make me motivation, and I understand I fight with someone even better that night. I think he's come super ready to fight for the belt. Of course, everybody come to fight for the belt, leaving his prime time, and I conquered this belt 2 years ago, and I try to still in my prime for 2 years, and it's hard, it's hard to still in the top for so long. But the one thing I know how to get there, because I get that before,
Mhm.
you know. And every time I get there, I climb that mountain to involve my game. I think I'm a better, and that training camp showed me that, how much I'm involved, how much I'm ready for that fight, and how much I want that. UFC give me opportunity to fight with the best fights of the world, and I super appreciate that. If you take my five last fight, I fight with the guys from different countries. I fight with the Mexican Breno Moreno, I fight with the American Breno Rival, I fight with the Steven Seg Australian, I fight with the Kaya Sakura from Japan, I
Mhm.
fight Kai Kara France from New Zealand, and now I have a guy from Miramar. That's amazing. You have the whole world in just one division. That's prove you the best fight all the world. And that's what I want to be, I want to be the best fight of the world. And not just that, I train to get pound for pound number one. I know it's very hard in times like now because you have guys like Islam Makhachev, you guys like a Merab, guys like a Yulia Tupuria, or even guys like a Chimaev with Invincible. I think it's very good era to you MMA fans, and very hard era to all the fighters, the guy from flyweight, bantamweight division, or featherweight, look to the champions and see, oh, I need involve so much in my game to get this belt, because the champions is very solid. And I think that's the best era for UFC MMA fans.
No, this is, and we talked about this at the Madison Square Garden card with Dana White. He was saying that, the roster is deeper now than it's ever been before. There's somebody that it was coming up, that's actually kind of a newcomer to the rankings. Have you seen Joseph Morales at all, in your travels or anything like that? He looks like he's really improved dramatically. I just want to get your thoughts on somebody that's kind of like an up and comer because he kind of cleared out the rest of flyweight, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's amazing history because I think he got a cut off from UFC and come back in the Ultimate Fighter champion, and right now he make a very good fights, and that's prove how much talent you have in the UFC flyweight division, and like I say, you have a whole world in that division. It's no, we don't talk about just Russian, Brazilians, and Americans. You have guys from Africa, you have guys from Japan, you have guys from Asia, Europe, you're from all the world, And Morales proved that he's very good fighter, very interesting fighter. He have very good skills. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about to live in the future, the champions have something else, with I think when you get this belt and defend so much times, you prove you like years in front of the everybody, And I think just Morales have something like that, he's very good striking, very good grappling. He can mix it up everything. And I'm very glad to have very good fighters like him in this division.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what is, I'm looking ahead here and that's never like a great game to play, but all of flyweight, like Manel Kopp is out there, but you fought Manel Kopp before. Obviously your teammate Kyoji Horiguchi had an interesting call out. And would you say that's next for you, or is there an opportunity to move up to bantamweight? What interests you next?
Manel Kape is a wonderful fighter. I fight him in the very tough situation, and I think he has so much more to prove to himself. I know he's a very good fighter, very great fighter, and I think he have so much more to contribution for flyweight division. He just need more focus. And about Kyoji Horiguchi, one of the best, not just flyweight. He's one of the best fighters all the world. If you come to America Top Team, you can see that one of more hard working in the mat in the room is Kyoji Horiguchi. He involved the game, not just my game. He involved so much my game to get this belt. I'm very grateful to have him in my life, but he involved all the room, he involved all everybody from the American Top Team can involve if you start stopping and look to Kyoji, because he's very hard work guy, one of the best fighters all the world, for sure, one of the great flyweights in the history, and he come for the belt. I know that when I trained with him and he asked me what I thinking about, and I tell to him, if you want the UFC belt, I'm gonna help you to get there, But after you get there, you need to fight with me, and it's gonna be a present for us, have this opportunity to fight with each other, But of course, I have a very tough opponent, Joshua Van first. I don't think I fight with Kyoji in the different position is not just for the belt. I have a huge respect for him, And me, not just me, but me and my family have a huge respect for him. And when me and my family watch he call me to fight in the end of his fight, we laugh so much. We enjoy the moment because we know we're very happy for him, and we celebration the moment with him. But I need to win my fight first, and after that, I can talk much more about him, and I just can tell if I can make a trash talk with someone. It's Kyoji Horiguchi.
Yeah, no, and he looked amazing against Tagiro Limbekov.
Yeah.
Is there something that makes it more challenging to fight a teammate like that, someone that you're with, on a daily basis, or is that not a challenge for you? Like, it's something that not a lot of teammates are willing to do, as we've seen in the past, especially with Aljamain Sterling and Marab and stuff like that.
No, it's not just because he's my teammate, but Kyoji is one of the best fighters of the world. It's not just about my flyweight division, but he's one of the best fighters of the world. Kyoji fight with opponents so much bigger than him. He's a legitimate samurai. I don't know, but like he stepped out to fight with the guys from the bantamweight division, and sometimes I can tell Kyoji is lighter than me. I'm a I'm okay to fly with division. And Kyoji is sometimes I think he's light than me, and he fight with the guys from bantamweight, and he won the belt in the Bellator before in the bantamweight. He's a monster. And I'm here. I'm doing that sport to fight with the best fighters of the world. That's why I'm here. Of course, win the belt from UFC, it's something else. But when I start to fighting, when I think I'm born for doing that. I'm born to here to talk with you right now and to challenge myself with the best fights of the world. I think I need give this back for the universe because I'm preparing myself whole my life to that moment, to moments like that. I trained so much to December 6th to give it a beautiful fight to everybody. I involve my game so much. I'm training very hard to the when the octagon's locked, I prove I'm the best flyweight in the history. And I try to be the best in the world. I try to be the number one power for power.
One thing that I think fans really resonate with you is how open and honest you're willing to be about just life and the come up in the life of becoming a championship level fighter. Where does that come from, and where do you stand now as you've come up? Obviously, Horiguchi's a big teammate of yours. Where do you feel like you stand right now? You're one of the best flyweights of all time. So where do you stand in terms of your legacy, especially with this fight?
I try to be very true personal. I try to do that for myself. I think I can talk with God. I can give the message all the time when I'm very true for everyone. And I get the message I need, and I think I'm very clear about that. I try to be very clear about that, and I don't know. Uh Demetri Johnson is one of the best in this area. But when I look to the past, Dimitri Johnson is 10 years affront to everybody in that division. I think Dimitri Johnson, if he's back, he have a very good chances right now because everybody learn with him.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I don't think Demetrius is too old to back, but I really respect his position right now. I I gonna miss that fight for whole my life. Uh, but he's the great one. Kyoji Horiguchi, one of the best too. Adriano Moraes, one of my training partners. He's a former one championship. The only one knock him out Demetrius Johnson. I think is a present for me training with the guys. And I have the opportunity in the back of the days training with Henry Cejudo, one of the guys. I learned a lot how to be a good athlete, and I put in that moment. I think we can open that and make it like a top 10 fighters with me, Kyoji, Adriano Moraes, Dimitri Johnson, Henry Cejudo. We have Dayson Figueiredo, very good fighters, I can talk about Brandon Moreno, I can talk about Brandon Rival, Manel Kape, very good fighters too, I think everybody deserves this position. I think Mohamed Mokaev is a very good fighter too. We have a very good era right now. I really love to live in this era, The best fighters come from UFC, The internet help everybody. You feel good, UFC gonna bring you. And I'm super glad to be a champion in times like that. It's so hard to keep this belt, especially in one of the division. You need more skills and flyweight division. You need to be great in all the part of the game. If you're not, you're gonna lose. And but yeah, I create my own history. I create my own time. I have so much more to conquer to myself.
Do you wish that you fought Demetrius Johnson? It seems like you just
Oh
missed
my
him.
God.
I know Kyoji Horiguchi fought him, your teammate. Is that like the I guess the missing piece a little bit? Like, do you wish that you got a chance to share the octagon with him?
On 100%. I have opportunity to train with Cejudo. I have opportunity to train with Kyoji Horiguchi. I have opportunity to train with Adriano Moraes. I fight with Davidson Figueiredo. I fight with Moreno, Brandon Rival, Manel Kape. And I'm gonna miss Dimitri Johnson for whole my life. But you don't can have everything you want. That's the life. But I learned very hard with everything he does, and I can tell 100% that's Kyoji Horiguchi is a very different fighter from that time when he fight with Demetri Jones for the first time. And I'm very grateful to have Kyoji Horiguchi in my history, in my life, to get me this level.
What is there anything specifically that because he looked amazing, especially in the grappling, which was surprising. What anything specifically that you guys have been training that made him, come back and just kind of look like a totally different fighter, borderline a world beater, up here.
Kyoshi is all time 100%. If if you drill with Kyoshi Horiguchi, you get tired because he don't know how to train it a easy way. You know, one of the more training, hard work in the gym. He's he's like that, that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about the American top team, the best gym of the world. He one of the best in that gym. He involved the game from all everybody. Everybody watch Kyoji Gucci can involve your game, and I look to Kyoji for so many years, and I involve a lot to him. I can I think I give him a little bit more pieces about his grappler game. We're talking about that when you how jiu-jitsu can help you in some positions, specifically if you have a good grappler like Tagir, you can still use jiu-jitsu to involve the game. And and he finished with a needed choke. That's my signature finish.
Sure is. Yeah, it sure is. It was super impressive. Do you see that as a potential issue if you guys were to fight each other because you guys kind of know each other's moves?
It's gonna be like a Goku and Vegeta, that's the fight. If we have opportunity to make these fights happen, it's gonna be a present for all the UFC fans. I think everybody can get a piece. Uh, when training with Kyoji in the American Top Team, I think every teammate stopped a little bit to watch the training happen. Because it's something different. I can train with Kyoji for maybe 10 minutes without nobody throw it one punch, because it's so about the mentality game and so about to I can see what's coming before he throwing and he know what's coming too, that's so high level game, and that's the type of fight I think everybody love to watch.
100%. Yeah. I got a couple more for you here, but UFC 323. Let's just say you walk out with a victory on Saturday, and Marab walks out with a victory on Saturday. Is there any plans for walking into the octagon? Maybe Marab calls you out, has you do a face off, or anything like that. Have you thought about 135 at all?
I hope when I finish my fight, I go eat some pizza, some truffle fries. That's what I want, brother. I think Merab deserve all this conquer. Merab is an amazing fighter. We're talking about the maybe number two pound for pound in UFC. One of the great fighters in the whole world and the whole eras. Doesn't matter. And one of the charges. I think nobody can beat Merab right now in his division. And I have a real respect for him. And I think people understand a little bit more what I try to say when you see Willie Zhang fight with Valentina. We see the difference about the size and everything.
Hmm.
When you have the light divisions like flyweight, bantamweight, 10 pounds is so much. And a guy like a Merab, a fighter like him, a very good grappler, very good skills. If you say O'Malley is the champion from bantamweight, I can say 100% I'm ready to fight with him. But when you talk about Merab, it's a different game, it's a different fighter, And I don't look I go move up, Maybe if Merab want come to 125, it's gonna be very I feel very great to fight with him with 125, but 135 is I don't think about that right now.
Totally. Just want to take it back really quick. Maybe a blast from the past a little bit. July 2016, The Ultimate Fighters, when it aired, I believe the fight happened a few months before that. But regardless, you had one of the best Ultimate Fighter fights of all time against Brandon Moreno, who wasn't super well known at the time. Can you just walk me through that, a whole experience and that unbelievable fight? That's pretty legendary. If anyone hasn't watched it, they need to.
Yeah, I think if you not watch that fight, you have to. If people like my fight with him for the belt, try to watch this first one at Ultimate Fight 24. You know, what amazing. That's so much energy in that time to Ultimate Fight 24 because it's a little bit different because everybody's a champion of the world in that season. You have guys like a Cara France, you have Team Elliott, you have Brandon Moreno, and I fight with the Brandon Moreno. That's the first fight for the house. And everybody is so crazy because I'm the number one and fight with the number 16. Nobody know about Brandon Moreno, but that fight is a war. Moreno's ready to die, and I have a huge respect for him because I know he's ready to die in that fight because I hurt him very bad, and he's still coming for me. And after everybody watched that fight, the older fighters in the house think maybe Pantoja is not good enough because he make a tough fight with that guy. But what everybody watched that in that time is the championship fight from like 10 years uh
Yeah.
and 1 week after that fight with Breno Moreno, I have Kai Kara France and very tough fighter too. He finished his fight with the one punch, and I fight two hard rounds with Breno Moreno and then he fights very what it is. But after that, I win the guys again in the UFC. But one of the best ultimate fight, very very good moment in my life. I've have a huge care, and I'm very grateful to be part of the ultimate fight. I think I learned a lot with all the fighters in the house, especially with the team Elliott too, and very great moment.
Yeah. Do you think that that Ultimate Fighter experience, kind of built you into the championship fighter? Because it seemed like the championship fights were a long time coming.
Yeah, that's making me ready for a lot of things. Uh, a very good moment, but I don't want to live that again. But very good moment, and I think it's very good for. That's when you start to think about the new generation from flyweight. I think that's when the game start to change for us.
Absolutely. Alessandra, I really appreciate you. Wish you the best of luck this weekend. UFC 323, December 6th should be a very interesting co-main event. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, brother. I have a very good fight for you. I hope you enjoy, brother. Thanks
Yeah.
so much, man.